Welcome back to another episode of the Special Hacking Investigation Team. No, we're not talking about the Mexican Terran, no. A barcode Protoss stands accused by the man on the other side. Groovyman is his name. A legitimately solid Terran player, or at least if I'm being nice, that's how I would describe it. Grand Master on a good day, and a Game Master on those others. But that's not what we're talking about here. The barcode Protoss. So I'm just gonna say, when it comes to, and we gotta always do the like stipulations and asterisks. There aren't many hackers in Starcraft 2, especially not at the high level, because it's hard to pull it off and not be super obvious about it. But this is quote-unquote the most obvious, one of the most obvious ever seen. And being a barcode, and especially a Protoss, already you got a little bit of suspicion on you. And now, I'm not here to judge Protoss. I'm 1/3 Protoss myself. But a barcode Protoss does not I'm not gonna lay a strike down. Okay? I said I'm not. Like and subscribe if you thought I should have. But barcode Protoss means you're already starting on thin ice, because I'm inclined to believe whatever you want to accuse a barcode Protoss do is a matter of principle. For those who don't know what barcode players are, like, why is this guy, you know who this guy is, right? This barcode player? No, you don't. That's the point. It is a staple of players who want to pretend to be a pro gamer and think that people knowing their name. Anyways, you know about barcodes. Roddy could rant about it for days. But for now, the barcode Protoss stands accused. And Groovyman, in typical Terran fashion, is doing a proxy Rex against Protoss. I don't blame him for this. Terran against Protoss. We're not going to get into it. Terran against barcode Protoss is even worse. So we're going to see. Winter, just press the play button. We want to see the hex. So there are different types. There are some of the super blatant ones, which are like micro hex, where like you're blinking like Alpha Star, or you're splitting your banelings without selecting them, stuff like that. Then the more common are map and or production tab hacks, which not super common, but sometimes you can tell based on the responses, based on what a player does, and sometimes players will scout. Which becomes a whole mind game in and of itself. And remember, innocent until proven guilty. But barcode Protoss is... Okay. Well, we have nothing concrete yet. But let's run it back. I was playing random. Groovy says he was playing random, so he didn't tell his race. So that does kind of explain... I mean, first off, his build is terrible. We all know. You got... 14 pylons, 16 gate. You don't get your second pylon. It's just, generally, this is a bad build. You don't get your second pylon till after you start your cybercore. He's just not good. He's just bad player. So, bad player. That's a slight aside. It's highly suspicious, but he's a Protoss, so like... So what happened is he probe scouted. I don't know what it... You know, it is a little weird to look exactly at this location. Like it's not necessarily... Especially since... Wait. Okay, so what has he seen in the base? He's seen a barracks. He's seen a command center. There should be nothing here. The entire point of what Groovyman's doing. This isn't his only Rex. This is kind of a cheesy proxy. In that, like, it's supposed to look like a one Rex expand. And it does. It should look like a one Rex expand, so even if you're being diligent, it's kind of weird to look directly at it. I'm not willing to commit to a strike yet. No gas scout. No gas scout. He didn't scout for the gas. I do agree with that, Groovyman pointing out. But he is bad. And I am willing right now to explain that away by him being terrible. Okay? There are plenty of terrible players. In fact, the overwhelming majority of players are terrible. Occasionally, I don't gas scout, and I'm terrible. So, like, but the rally / look at the proxy racks, none of this is conclusive. There's nothing that is like particularly suspicious. It's just mediocre so far. He's accused heavily of mediocrity and a slight suspicion. Okay, like, one, what is this build? Groovy doing a build that, of course, if this was a standard macro build, and you got sometimes against map hackers, I don't know if it was suspected before because it's barcode, but like, this is the kind of build that, like, if you don't see it coming, might do a lot of damage. There's a lot of tells, but he keeps taking peeks over there, which is, if he does it one more time, then I'm willing to put a strike on the board. Okay? It's not conclusive. It's a little weird that when you think your opponent is one racks expanding, you're now going to gate Stalker in general. Like, that is, this is not what you do. I don't think he thinks he's one racks expanding. But this is, once again, okay, like, what are you even... I don't know what he's looking for. It's getting really suspicious, though. Like, once or twice, maybe, just to check what you saw. But, like, by the 5th time, it almost seems like there's, to play devil's advocate, a hotkey or something. But it's still not conclusive. Like, it could just be weird habits. A lot of players have weird and potentially dumb habits. This build is just not good. Oh, come on, man. Like, you gotta stop. You gotta say... That one wasn't... Oh, he was... Okay, okay. Well... He saw so... Okay, I'm willing... At this point, I'm pretty convinced there's something happening. He should not be looking here and then here. That... It's too much. It's too much. That's too much. Like, if he had just done that, but the fact that the Reaper is right there. One more. We'll do it in slow-mo, just in case you guys missed it, because it wasn't particularly fast. But real quick, we're gonna slow it down here, because it's weird to look at. Like, it's weird to look in the fog of war. It's not necessarily something you never do as a normal player, but like it's not like you... And then we go back, and... according to his vision, he's seen nothing. That is too many dots to connect for me right there. Like, that is even giving a heavy benefit of the doubt. That is a lot of dots. Uh-huh. For someone who hasn't seen anything suspicious. You know, what... So now we have to have the debate. I'm willing to say there's a good chance that he sees the minimap. So, is he really so bad that the Reaper gets in anyways? Yes. The answer is yes. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. He's gonna lose 2 probes. Building no probes, by the way. He does kill the Reaper, as usually having 2 Stalkers would do. This is a solid Gold League build order from our Protoss friend here. Like, 2-gate Stalker because some build order guide told me at one time. And then I've just been using that in every matchup since. Yeah. There have been a small... Just... It's very suspicious. I'm not willing to say 100%. It is incredibly suspicious. And we're not sure to what extent, potentially. But... like, he has the... At some point, if you're just not a very good player, the mental effort he's spending right now, and Groovy is doing kind of a cheesy, crazy build. The effort he's spending on trying to figure out what his opponent is doing If he had just spent that on not doing a shitty build, he would probably be better off. Like if he just focused on building probes and getting all his buildings on time, he would have been in a better position than if he constantly tries to counter whatever is happening on the map. Because that's how StarCraft works, especially at the, like, below the W's.
Our army piece.
Okay, so this isn't like that can't have been his plan. Is he on hold position already? No. That was just really lucky. That was like an accidentally great play. Like, I think he just adapted. If his plan all along was to trap the ghost with stalkers, you might be like, well, it seemed like he knew. Why didn't he build a sentry? Well, one, probably because he's terrible, and also two, like, this is actually a point towards not hacking. But it's another thing that could be explained the other direction by incompetence as well. Like, the fact he's taking this much damage. Except the Robo. Yeah, but like, if he had figured out the Ghost Academy, there's a legitimate chance. If he knew about the Ghost Academy, he might not realize he might need Cloak. Or he might be dealing with Cloak. Like, the Robo is super late. Like, even in a general build, it's late. Like, in a standard build, the Robo is late. Let alone if you ostensibly know ghosts are coming. So, this actually tilts me a little back towards not hacking. If we hadn't seen all the shit on the map. Like, that was really, really rough. Like, okay. He's now has the plausible deniability here. Like, where did those ghosts come from? I bet those ghosts were out somewhere. Like, what? Okay. Wait, let's go back. Let's do a test. What do you think, guys? Groovy, don't spoil. What do you think? Wait for it. What's on the screen? Take your pick, Twitch chat. We'll give it 15 seconds. I didn't see Groovy make a starport, but like, if there is a unit here, I think we can work. We're gonna tilt over. What? Yeah, you didn't expect that. There were, yeah. Okay, it's.
Get the fuck out of here!
It's pretty obvious at the very least, like, that he sees the minimap. I don't know what else, but if you see the minimap and you can look through the fog of war, that's what we're assuming. And there's not much else besides maybe seeing the production tab as well, but that obviously didn't help him very much. So essentially at this point, it's super obvious that our terrible Protoss player, who has 1/3 the APM, Groovy wants to break his wrist to do a fucking ghost all-in. Okay, well, that's his prerogative. Classic Terran. But now we're clowning on him. Now begins the clowning phase because, of course, he'll feel at home because he's a fucking clown. Because, like, if you... It's so bad. He's so bad. He's very bad. Legitimately, like, I don't know how long. Maybe it's just downloading one program. Who knows? And I don't want to perpetuate or give any information on that, obviously. But, like, if you spent even a little bit of time, like, figuring out your build, you would be better off than trying desperately to counter every little thing. And, like, the ghost should not have done any damage. If I had map hacks, one, I'd look like even more of a genius. Two, like, you think 7 probes are dying to cloak ghosts? What the fuck? Like, how does that even happen? Like, they're so that's you see that train coming from like a minute and a half out, and you have nothing? Oh my god. I don't understand how you lose any probes. Maybe 2. Like, maybe you lose a couple probes to pretend like you didn't know it was coming. There you go. Dude, he has ghosts and what do you think he has? Build probes.
Research complete.
So, by the way, if you're actually looking to counter ghosts, the answer is Colossi. Building stalkers against Bio Ghost is possibly the worst counter you could possibly have. The second worst is charge lots. Charge lots are just generally good, but ghosts are already preemptively there. They're good against charge lots, and they have EMP. There you go. You figured it out. You got it. Goes third Nexus, no scout. Oh yeah. No. This is too much brain. He just went third Nexus because he saw you didn't have many units. Let's not assume. You're assuming it's because you had a third CC. It's just he didn't see units on his side of the map. So he's like, okay. No, you can't just, like... So, there's a few times. My favorite hack that people have brought to me is a mineral hack. Okay, how do you get extra minerals? And in every single one of those cases, what we found out is that somebody joined a custom game, and the other person had, like, a custom game with a mod that gave only one side of the map a bunch more minerals. Which is one of the most hilarious things, and also sad. But several times, not recently, but in the past, like... So, if you ever get into a custom game, and somebody seems like they have too many minerals, they've gone through a lot of effort, but that is perfectly legal. Like, if somebody did that in a tournament or something, well, hopefully their opponent would figure it out. They'd be banned forever because it's so fucking stupid. But, like, it's perfect. Like, that's part of... You can do that. But, like... I don't... If you want, you could do that. But that is... I've never seen that in a ladder game. That's like a custom game thing. Actually making yourself have more minerals is way beyond, like, just revealing the map. What I imagine is it's just, like, showing us some observer. Like, right now, as an observer, I could just see the whole map. So that's already there. But as an observer, I can't be like, what if I give... Even if it was a live game, what if I give that guy... There's some mods for this, which is fun. I think they're... One of them is called God's Land, which is always appeals to me, but... What if I gave this guy 700 minerals? Am I not generous? And on the 7th day, he expanded. Or did he? Boom. Smitten.
Research complete.
Okay, so...
The minerals have up and gone. Mineral field
yeah, most of those games just end up with God destroying everyone because he's bored. Which seems realistic to me. Smitten? You mean smoked? No. What's wrong with you? Ugh. Ugh. Okay, so, like, just generally for Protoss players, you can't go for Fleet Beacon, Colossus. I mean, you can, I guess, because if you know for sure the Terran's stuck on 3 base, but you can't just build everything.
Finished learning.
Oh, come on, man. Taking a whole tour.
The minerals have up and gone. Your upgrade is done.
Groovy scan. I don't know why you scan the main there. What are you, like, he's gonna have... It's been 10 minutes, Groovy. Like, you gotta scan the army. I saw Fleet Beacon. Well, there shouldn't have been a Fleet Beacon there. Okay? It was a dumb move because he's a dumb player, which is why it worked. So, the preemptive counter. He's building Tempest. Yeah, I'm not sure what he thinks the Tempests are for. Oh. You see, like, he's just so bad. Like, if you have the minimap, like, it's kind of become obvious that he has. He just looked away for a few seconds, and it takes him so long to do any of these things, he doesn't realize... Like, this is how much of a struggle the macro part... Oh, surprise! Like, this army shows up in the time it takes him to manage his economy. It's like someone gave map hacks to a diamond and let him go ham. Yes, it is like that. In fact, I think that's exactly what's happening here.
Army base is under attack.
That is like essentially what we're watching. So it's very much like that.
Upgrade complete.
He has the APM game sense and mechanics of a mediocre diamond player. Honestly, the map hacks have only hurt him. If he just focused on his own shit instead of worrying about the Terran, if he had just focused on his build instead of trying to counter anything, he would have been better up. He hasn't done anything that was better because he knew what was coming. It's only hurt him.
Your planes are under attacking our base.
Like, if he just built 2 observers and used them like portable map hacks out of the robo, which they are, he probably would be better off.
Our army be scrapped.
Yeah, well, he hasn't moved out on the map. This is when things get super obvious, too. Like, okay. I'm unlikely to pull it back. Did he just overcharge the reshield? Oh my god, professional. Oh. Yeah, that was him just stumbling in. Okay. Oh no, he's macroing again. It's a disaster. It's a struggle. It's a real struggle. Like, generally, you know what stresses me the fuck out? Like, if you've ever watched a Protoss, and we're definitely not, like, Groovy's good, but this is not professional level. You know what the most stressful thing in the world is? This minimap. If I'm a Protoss, and I'm not winning, like, if I just lost a base or lost a fight, or at least about even, I'm so stressed out right now. My blood pressure and my supply are both, like, 150. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm struggling out there. I'll be sending out probes and like, hallucinations and zealots. And still lose, but like...
Your upgrade is done.
And of course he's using the Selecto Army hotkey. Of course.
The minerals have up and gone.
That was a lot of confidence. Yeah. And for good reason. Like... That in and of itself... Wait. Does he have an attack command? It's not... No, that's what it... You can't right-click like that, right? Would it show up different? I don't think it'd show up differently. But it's right on the money. That is something that's not... Like, that's not... There you go. There's your evidence. But it doesn't help. Like...
The minerals have up and gone.
He's just got observers in his mind, okay? Uh-huh.
Your upgrade is...
Yeah, it was a confident move. Like, if if he just built 2 observers and practiced a little bit, he would actually be a better player. Like, this is the correct move. Except, just, like, all you have to... And also, it wouldn't be so obvious. Like, he could build 2 observers and just never use them and just set them in random locations and pretend. His army isn't... I don't know why there are so many Tempests. Like, the Tempests are not good. The only reason you use Tempests are to kill ranged liberators or battle cruisers. Those are the only things that Tempests are better than, like, any other Stargate.
Our army be scrapped.
It's like a direct strike game now. I guess they work. Carriers would have probably won the game outright.
The minerals have up and gone. Upgrade complete. Our army be scrapped. Mineral field depleted. Vespene geyser exhausted.
I'm expecting. So what Groovy's gonna do is he's still in his base right now, so he shouldn't be seeing a look. Groovy will move out in about 20-30 seconds. We're gonna get a good long look at which direction he's moving out. Probably left side. But so is he, despite having no vision. That's what I expect. That's called mind hacks. Alright. Wait, does he drag it a little to the right to see the army? Oh, what's out here? Oh, he's gonna move his army there. You see, the difference between mind hacks and map hacks is mind hacks have experience, reasoning, and critical thinking behind them, whereas map hacks are, he's going to take an even worse army into this fight. If he actually, like, there's a non-zero chance he doesn't, like, he might only have the mini-map, and he doesn't see the map. Like, so there are 2 options here. Both are terrible. One, he sees only the mini-map. Then why would you move your camera? I don't know, if you weren't going to see anything. So that'd be weird. Or he sees everything, in which case, why the fuck are you building Tempest? Like, I don't, like, what are you doing? More Archons, like... The confidence. I mean, the Tempest might be enough, but they are definitely not the best choice here. The best choice would either be trying to go for a critical mass of carriers, or just going like Void Ray, or, you know, even better, not building Stargate units.
Well,
I feel like this is the silver/diamond part of him. Like, well, Stargate is good. It got me to diamond. So his camera movement is like, his scroll speed is actually too high, I think. It's higher than mine, it seems like.
our army be scrapped.
Okay, so now Groovy's gonna move over to the right side. We're gonna get a look at that. He'll pull the Zealots back if he's smart. He'll lose them if he's not. And then eventually, if he keeps going like this, Groovy will just run him over anyways. So, like, because the Terran army is just better here. Groovy, why aren't you moving out to the right? Move it, Groovy. You're supposed to. You go to the right side. You rally the Vikings. Why is it there? Why didn't you go to the right? Because I know he's hacking. That's fair. You don't want to fight. Oh, yeah, that's... You know what? You see, I'm too many steps behind. I'm not playing 5D chess. I was like, Groovy, why aren't you playing this, like, correctly? Because if you were playing correctly, you'd be hitting this side, while maybe having, like, a drop on the left to try to tie his units up. But I had yet to consider that you had considered that he was hacking, so I was not considering that you would make the plays like he was hacking and trying to outplay him, so I could not predict that. And that's my fault. That makes more sense, yeah. If he's just going to keep making a Tempest army, then. Like, Tempest Stalker, a maxed out fight is a better choice. Especially since, like, you're what you failed to realize, Groovy, is how terrible he is.
Your upgrade is done. The minerals.
What the hell? Oh, the boys!
Have up and gone. Basic.
Is the army? Yeah.
Under attack.
Oh, come on! Like, it's so blatant. You're right. It's just because he's so bad. All of this, if he had 2 observers, he could do the same thing.
Hey! They're attacking our base!
Well, it wouldn't solve the building the worst possible army problem, but like...
Upgrade complete.
Looks like... Where are the ghosts? There are the ghosts. Like, it's such a bad army.
The minerals have up and gone.
Did the SCVs just the boys? What, you run out of Marines? Oh, the SCV hit squad depowering the gates. Oh my god, and they're still going. Like, what should he be building? A better army would just not Tempest. Anything else you fill in your supply with but Tempest. Like Templar for Storm. Colossi would be good to have. I know there's Vikings, but like maybe Disruptors against someone who doesn't even seem to be using tanks. So Disruptors against someone who's a heavy ground army. Archons. Like the Tempest take up a bunch of supply, and the only thing Tempest really counter are smaller armies and ranged liberators. Tempest, just pound for pound, are only good against very specific things. Carriers would be better, though carriers are a bit riskier. Because if you lose a fight, then you just have a bunch of paperweights running away. It's a lot easier to lose all your interceptors against Terran than it is against Zerg. Oh! Alright, how does he handle this situation? He literally doesn't know what to do. What? What am I watching? I don't... He doesn't warp anything in.
Mineral field depleted. Your forces are under attack.
Rapid fire weapons. I have no idea what I'm watching. Like, does he not have normal eyes? He can only see through the... Maybe he can't see what's in front of him and he has to guess. This would explain some of this game. His trade-off to make it fair is he can see in the fog of war, but he can't see anything in his vision. Could it be? They're malfunctioning for a reverse vision.
Up and gone.
He's just going based on the selection box and the mini-map. Alright?
Mineral field depleted.
Okay. Are you really gonna sit there and wait for warpins at the... What if he built a... Also, a warp prism would be a good... Now, if we hadn't watched the rest of the game, this wouldn't be so bad. But... Oh, that's why. Okay, yeah. Cause he saw the base, and that's why he was staring at his fucking warp gates. Jesus Christ. Wow.
Base
He's like, I really need to deal with that base. Ah! No boy, he's maxed out, so he can't warp in. The boys are the greatest threat to his infrastructure this whole game.
Vespene Geyser exhausted.
Oh my god.
Base is under attack. Our army be scrapped.
The army. I think the boys are really stressing him out. I gotta say. Yeah, so this is what happens once you find, like, the EMP's gotta be with the fight. Groovy knows that. But if you start off with the EMPs and get a decent-ish angle, the last minute has been marked by him desperately trying to find a way to deal with the SCVs. They delayed +3 shields, and they've been all he's thinking about for like a minute.
Our army
But
is scrapped.
oh, he lost his whole army essentially because of the SCV. He was just like, no, I don't need to worry about my army. I need to deal with these fucking SCVs here. Like,
Mineral field depleted. Your forces are under attack. They're attacking our base.
oh, and then the select all army hotkey stops him again. Ah! Oh, but finally, with a concerted blink. Now, unfortunately, because he was so... Really, who would have thought in the last 20 minutes that the game-winning move would have been 5 SCVs whose entire purpose was to die and free up supply? The entire army is coming back. What there is of it to deal with the boys. And that has opened up the whole map because we stopped looking at the mini-map the last time we looked at the SCVs.
Base is under attack.
Oh my god.
The minerals have up and gone.
The amount, like, see, this is kind of what happens when you rely on somehow... He's not even hard countering, but when you rely on that, like, you just don't have any mechanics. Like, you can have a Bugatti, but if you don't know how to put it in second gear, then you're not gonna go very fast. I'm pretty sure that that is accurate. I'm not... That sounds like the right analogy. My Bugatti doesn't have a second gear, so I don't worry.
Your forces are under attack.
I'm starting to think that I got ripped off. Wait, you win? What? He's been winning since, like, the boys showed up. He, honestly, after the Mr. Clown Man started building Tempest was when Groovy got back into the game. Like, at some point when the army is like 12 Tempests of anything, that's barely good in direct strike. Like, I don't...
Hey, they're attacking our base.
Fair. Wait. This is where he can dig himself out of this. Like at the end of the game, pretending like he's not hacking. But if he builds a pylon... Wait.
Base is under attack.
Question mark?
Hey!
He's still really... And to be clear, he's still really trying to get himself out of this. He's still warping in. He's not sitting there idle. He's still building the wrong units to try to win the game.
Attacking our base. Mineral field depleted.
I mean, there's no coming back from this. Like... Okay, not a great argument, because I do remind you he's Protoss, but he didn't build the good units. At least not at the right times in the right order. Like, you can be... Zest, we're about to watch Zest, by the way. Like and subscribe to this video, and then go check out Zest versus Clem, where Zest doesn't care. I know enough of the series that Zest just doesn't care. He plays like he's a diamond player, yet... He's in GSL regularly. So, But this is not Zest. This is Barcode Man.
Have up and gone. Mineral field depleted.
If literally all he says is question mark, and then Groovy comes in like this was some top tier banter when he was the only one with the banter, I'm gonna have to retract some points of some kind. I'm not sure what kind of points, but I hope that's the case.
The minerals have up and gone. Our army be scrapped.
Slaps down a second question mark, Mr. Barcode Protoss.
Hey, they're attacking our base.
He's typing. He's typing. Okay, that wasn't like all I was ready for some real bants here, but I don't. Much like his strategy, much like his fundamentals, much like his execution, it was mediocre and uninspired. But there you go. What do you expect? That is a fair point. Like, he lost 7 probes or so to the ghosts, to proxy ghosts. Like, come on. Also, I don't think that's a good build, but well, his upgrades got delayed by SCVs. In his defense, it was +3 shield. The SCVs, I mean, like, let's think about titles here. We got SCVs counter map hackers? Yeah, that's a pretty good one. You know, I think we're probably going to go that direction. Can't do a generic Protoss hacker. Yeah, something like that. SCVs but really here, the SCVs, no, let's make no mistake. Groovy was definitely winning the game and likely would have won anyways. But it would have taken a few more minutes if those SCVs hadn't gotten in. So, thank you, Groovy, for that experience. Just in general, you should distrust Barcode Protosses, both their in-game strategies around most children, and possibly food as well. Just all of those things, try to keep them away from Barcode Protoss. And your life will be better off. But thank you, Groovy. I want to reiterate again. There are very few, a negligible amount, though we will go through some efforts to make sure. I mean, it's a free-to-play game, but such a low percentage of hackers. Or maybe I'm just terrible and I don't realize everyone else is map hacking. And my hat! Where did my hat go? Oh yeah, I ran out of tinfoil. Gotta go to Costco. Costco, please sponsor me. But where was I? But yes, it's incredibly rare, which makes it so much more obvious because usually the people who do it are actually really, really bad. Like, that was aggressively bad. It hurt him. I can say with confidence he would play better without map hacks. I might be wrong. I might be just an optimist, but there you go. Good luck. Have fun. And go play some ladder. That's the best we got, apparently. Thank you for watching.